Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Factorio using the C-Block mod pack. So, we have many things going on at once. We're kind of setting up for circuits, but not quite. We also have a lot of red and, well, now it's gold and red science, but it's what used to be red and blue, red and green science. We're not producing anywhere near enough aluminum. We're not producing any gold at all. And we're really running out of things to research. Apparently there's a new Java update available. I'm sure I'll get to it someday. This is moving more in oil direction. Water bores. Do I need any of these things? Cement processing. Not particularly. Meh. Anyway, we need to be thinking about the next science in particular. And kind of the tipping point for me is that the next science requires gold. It doesn't require silver, does it? Just gold. Yeah, gold, aluminum, and plate and glass that we don't have right now. I mean, of course, it's going to require other things also. The circuits, in particular, are tricky. But the gold is not something that we can produce with what we have right now. I mean, right now, we just get it as a byproduct of producing aluminum. So, where is it? So the only way to get gold is, well, the ideal way to get gold was to make a bunch of crystals and then use a hybrid catalyst to get it. But that's not going to happen. I have to admit. It would be convenient. We might be able to work our way to this, where we get both gold and silver at the same time. Or gold and titanium at the same time. But actually that right there would be really good. We get so much lead we don't need. But that's okay. I think for now we're stuck with rubite chunks. They'll give us both the gold and the aluminum, and then two things that we don't need. Unfortunate. The rubite chunks will require, will provide nitric wastewater. Do you want anything from that? We could turn it into mineralized water and then turn it into other things. But nah. Alright. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's keep on going with this. So right now we just set this up. It's very dark. We just started stealing some of our cellulose fiber to turn it into methanol gas, to turn it into propane, which we can then turn into plastic. And resin? Where's the resin again? I forget. Sorry, whenever I come back to the game, I have to go back and remember the recipes. Urea, which we're going to get from here. That's chlorine. It needs ammonia, which is hydrogen and nitrogen. Easy enough. Formaldehyde, which is methanol. That's why we need some silver ore for these catalysts. We don't need a lot of it though. I don't think we have any though. We should get on that. If only to have some supply. Hurry it up. I could have put those in better order. Oh well. Well, We'll need to get purified up here to do that. Maybe I shouldn't do it here. Because we have purified being made somewhere else, right there. Yeah, we'll do it right there. In a much the similar way we're doing here. We'll need a 2 for that, so upgrade it. Need some filters. Now we're kind of squashed here. There's not much room to build things. Unfortunate, but we'll make do. I don't need a lot of this. I just need enough to just make some catalysts. I keep on wondering when should I begin to scale, but I think not yet. Alright. I need to clarify that away. What is this? This will be... What is that? Green? Light green? Light green. Getting a little sloppy here, but that's fine. And can we fit the thing here? Probably not. It's probably too big. We can. It's just going to be inconvenient getting it out. Definitely a little sloppy here. Where am I going? So it's the silver that we want? Everything else is useless, right? It's just the silver. I wish this would open up where you left it, rather than going back to the beginning each time. So yeah, everything else is going to be just waste products. So... put the silver here. There we go. Should last for a little bit. Hopefully. That was so loud all of a sudden. Come on. That's fine. Okay, so we got some silver production. Let's just grab it, turn it into some catalysts. What else do we need for those catalysts? The green ones? Is it aluminum? And where are they? There. Yeah, it's aluminum. Okay, that will give us a bunch of catalysts when we need it. So let's get our bit of plastic, bit of resin, and then we'll scale this up, because we do need to scale it up so we can produce blue at appropriate levels. But for now, we just want to get some, so I can see how it works. Well, should I just jump right ahead to getting something? That might be the right way to do it. Let's get some blue science going. So the urea we're gonna make from ammonia. We even get purified water out of this. So we're gonna need hydrogen and nitrogen, and pull hydrogen from right there. A little bit of it. Maybe we should go get it back from back here. That's better. So we can pull hydrogen from back there. The nitrogen we'll have to make. I think I might have disconnected the windmills. No, they were still connected somewhere. Over on this side, perhaps. Is this limited? Yeah. Okay, so nitrogen, we'll need this. What don't we have? Circuit boards, okay. Let's go ahead and make a 2. Where is it? We just made it. Oh, it's not made yet. And what does that need? Does it need a chemical? Can I do it in a liquefier? Probably not. No, I have to do it in a chemical plant or a chemical plant. Which I have some of. Just Mark 1s. Do we have Mark 2s available yet? No. Eh. I don't know if that will support 2, but it might. Alright. So nitrogen, hydrogen. It seems like that always pops up right at the wrong time. But whatever. So to turn into ammonia, we need the red metal catalyst, and we need a regular chemical plant. Oh, now I do have chemical plant twos. That's cool. I could just replace them right away if I wanted to. We are running out of mineral sludge. What am I doing? I'm making ammonium. Yeah, ammonia. And it's backwards, of course. Wrong thing. Yeah, the water's always moving in this, which is fine, I guess. I guess it makes sense. We're burning it a lot, one way or another. It'll need somewhere to output those catalysts, won't it? This area is all dark. I need to get that modular armor soon. What would that require? Modular armor. Certainly it needs red cells, so we're kind of like on the right way to it. I want the construction bots too, which will require these, the circuit boards, which is what I'm working towards. Okay, so I'm feeling justified in what I'm doing. Oh yeah, we need to get the silicon too. We don't have any silicon going. Okay, we'll deal with that. This isn't doing anything anymore. Out of my way. Okay. So that's the ammonia. We needed the form. Well, now we need to make it into urea by combining with CO2, which we happen to have a bunch of right here. Where are all the undergrounds I just made? I just made a ton of them. Okay. And we'll have to clarify the purified water. There we go. Now we have urea. And the next step is to combine that with formaldehyde, which we just make from gas. Right down there. I need to clean up these bars at some point. We have lots of stuff we don't actually need. I'm just grabbing random stuff now. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm researching. It was something that was clickable. Okay, the methanol gas is formaldehyde. It can take place in a chem furnace. I'm sorry, a chemical plant. Where should I do this? Up here, maybe? No. Okay, so that's down there. Let's do this right down here. I do want to care more about this fermentation stuff. Figure out exactly what the deal is with that. It's like a way of getting ethanol, I'm assuming. But anyway, that didn't work out. When we were planning on that, it just didn't turn out to be a good thing. If we had a dozen trees, it would be worth doing that. But lacking that, we're forced to fall back onto the fiber burning. So it's to make formaldehyde, which looks like that. Yeah. Okay. But to formaldehyde. And then the final step is to turn it into resin. Well, no, to turn it into liquid resin and then into resin. And why do I want this again? We need it for the boards. That's right. I hope I can make it from these boards. These are boards, technically, right? Wooden board. We'll see. Let's see if this is in the right angle. Hey, it is. Did not expect. Alright. Alright. And the next step is just to throw it into a machine, which we don't have. I really need to get some intermediate products being made automated, so I don't have to keep on spending forever waiting for gears and stuff. Um, let's go ahead and do that even. So if I need gears, I can just come back here. Actually, we have a ton of silicon. I've forgotten. Yeah, we're getting silicon from the bobmonium that we use to make the zinc, which we haven't actually used for anything yet. We just made some a little tiny bit of, where is it? Of gray science. Why is this not going? Because it needs circuits. I'm not supplying the circuits fast enough. Or at all. Having trouble with the solder here? No, we got plenty of solder. You're good. You're gonna be good for a little bit. They're fine. Okay, we'll have some of these coming soon. I do still want to get that sniper turret so we can start expanding. That'll give us room to like do more complicated stuff. Okay. Automobiles? Oil burning? No, it's all. These are all useless. Okay, there's our resin. Where? So, phenolic boards is the next step. We will. It says wood, not wood board. Hmm. Yeah, that's the wrong thing. We need the wood. We can't, but this is all like we can get. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can put these in. No, it won't accept them. Okay. So to get wood, actual wood, we need either raw wood or cellulose paste, which we can get. We can do that. That works. But I hadn't realized this would be a complicated step. Ha. It takes time too. Maybe this is where we'll bother to use the trees? To get the raw wood? Or actually, what's a good source of naphtha? Given that I don't have oil. I do have synthesis gas, but not a lot of it. I could have sworn there were things that just make naphtha as a side product. Because we're gonna need naphtha. Maybe there's a way to get oil now? Yeah, there is. There's now a way to make oil. From multi-phase oil. Which is blue cellulose fiber. Oh dear. Okay. Am I gonna actually have to care about blue cellulose fiber now? How are we gonna get the sulfuric wastewater for it? I don't get how this works. It needs a lot of sulfuric wastewater, and there's not a good way to make sulfuric wastewater anymore. You used to be able to just run it through charcoal. You could just clean coal, and it would make as much sulfuric wastewater as you wanted. I mean, it's produced by a lot of things, but they're all distributed all over the place. You'll get some back when you do it this way. So this is a way cellulose acetate to cellulose acid. Okay, can we? No, this is okay. See, we have sulfuric acid, so if we can make sulfuric acid to other things, and this will give us some sulfuric wastewater back when we do it this way. Ethanol and sulfuric acid. Okay, maybe that's the way to do it then. You get not binifran. Binifran's beans. You get the prime diadylium to make a bunch of fruit, and then you turn the fruit into ethanol, and then you then you throw away the ethylene. I guess you don't need the ethylene. You need the sulfuric wastewater. Like, I know we get it everywhere, but I don't want to gather it up from everywhere. I want something that's nicely on its own. And I'm not seeing anything else that's like that. What do we do with ethylene? Ethylene, we can't do anything with it yet. Or we can turn it into ethyl benzene, which is styrene, which is rubber. But we can make rubber easier than that, right? We can just make it from resin. We could turn it into polyethylene, which is another way of getting plastic. I did the wrong thing. And it turns into propionic acid, which is another way of getting plastic. So ethanol. The best way to get ethanol is to just get it from fermentation base, I think, rather than doing this. We could get it right now if we needed to, which will also give us butane and acetone. oil gets so complicated? There's all these different things that turn into different other things. So fermentation base is corn and water or fruits and water. Which is free, essentially. We can have farms just producing it all day. And fermentation base turns into acetic acid, which I don't need. Or the ethanol gas, which I'm looking for. And compost. Which I can get from anything. I just have to dispose of the compost somehow. Do I really want to do this? I mean, we need... Okay, so we're going to need a bunch of things to make sulfuric acid. We're going to need a bunch of things to make ethanol. And all it's going to be doing is going to be making sulfuric wastewater so that we could then turn it into blue algae. I think so. I think we're stuck. I think we have to do it this way. And then having blue algae, blue cellulose fiber, will let us do many things. It'll give us this raw oil and give back a lot of sulfuric wastewater. I wonder if that's self-supporting. Wait a minute, maybe I'm approaching this all wrong. Okay, we need to math this. In a second. It might just need sulfuric wastewater to get going, but once we introduce it, it will continue on forever. But let me look. So 100 sulfuric wastewater becomes 40 algae. Ten algae becomes 5 fiber. Let's make this less organized. So 100 sulfuric wastewater is equal to that divided by that times that 20 fiber. And 20 fiber is 60. Okay. So it doesn't need a lot. It produces 60 fiber. 60 sulfuric wastewater. So every cycle we're going to need to introduce 40 extra. And how long is a cycle? Make CO2 too. Also. That's fast. It's this. So every 20 seconds. Well, every 13 seconds, which we'll use Mark IIs. So we need 40 sulfuric waste water every 13.333 seconds. Or that much, 3 sulfuric wastewater per second. The thing we were talking about using to get that, which isn't actually a lot. I wonder if I could just divert like a single one of these. Like, we are throwing away sulfuric wastewater from things. From the process that makes... Actually, no, I don't think it does. This is nitric wastewater, right? It's not sitting still long enough for me to see. It's not that. But this is producing it, right? No, this is another one. That's chloric wastewater. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and farm it it seems easy. So 3 wastewater per second. Sulfuric wastewater per second. So 3 wastewater per second. You know, I'm really not even. I'm saying that each of them is going to need 40. Every time I want to do this cycle, I need to do 40. I might want to do more than one cycle at a time. So we'll see. Let's do 1 for now. If we just get it going, figure out the ratios. So to get the ethanol for this cycle, wait, let's go back. So we're gonna need 3 ethanol per second. Oh, let's make these links. And 3 sulfuric acid per second. The sulfuric acid is the easy bit. So the sulfuric acid, that would be 3 of 50 times 60. 3.6 sulfur dioxide per second. Which will need a trivial amount of sulfur. Yeah, we can just drop some in. We don't need to actually set up its own washing plant cycle for this. A chest full of sulfur will make a lot of it. The ethanol I'm less familiar with. So that would be 100 divided by 50 times that amount of ethanol. 6 fermentation base. It's corn we're going to be using, I think. So that's a lower ratio. That will require that divided by 75 times 10. 0.8 corn per second. Corn we're going to be getting from D-medallions. So that divided by 6 times 10. That much prime D-medallions. And to get that, so a single one of these will produce 35. Actually, no, it's going to produce. How do we get the seeds? We'll need 5.5. Well, so we need 5 seeds. Let's pretend we need 5. So we're gonna every time we run this cycle, 10 of the prime deodilians will become seeds. The remaining 25. Now, the no corn. Okay, so this produces 25 divided by 60, or yeah, divided by 60 because it's 1 second. This produces, a single farm produces 0.4 prime deodilians per second. So we'll need that divided by that, a bit over 3 farms. Prime deodilian. I'm probably saying it backwards. I should be saying like Promedion or something. Premedallion or whatever. Prime deodilian is how it appears to my mind. So that's the plan. We'll have 4 farms of prime deodilians being fed sand. Actually, making the sand is going to require will generate some amount of hydrogen sulfide gas. Probably not enough. But that might be something we can do to short circuit to try to make some gains. So it's just so much easier just dropping a bunch of sulfur in. We'll go ahead and capture this, but we're not going to try to hook it up both ways. We'll need one of these guys to make the sand. Okay, so we're gonna have 4 farms supported by a seed producer and a set of washing plants to make prime deodilians, which will press. We'll process into corn, which will turn into fermentation base, which gets processed into ethanol gas. And compost will be a byproduct we'll have to throw away somewhere. Do I want to do anything with acetic acid at the same time? I mean, I could turn this into acetic anhydride, which would be a way of going towards plastic. Ha! Huh. It's a thought. I've been thinking I'd get plastic from propane. It seems so much easier, but maybe this is... I don't know. See, that's my issue with this. You've got a very simple recipe to make plastic, and then you have a really complicated recipe requiring like 5 or 6 different steps. If you don't like pull up a spreadsheet like mine and just work it out, how are you to know which is the better route? I don't know. I mean, so 25 cellulose acetate versus 40 propane gas. I'm guessing the cellulose acetate's cheaper, easier to get. Anyway. So no, we're not going to make the acetic acid. We're just going to make the ethanol. And from ethanol, we can make some amount of sulfuric wastewater, which will support a bank of, well, will support like 1 or 2 of these. Making blue fiber. The ethylene itself, we will turn it into nothing. We'll just hang on to it for a little bit. Eventually we'll turn it into plastic. So complicated. And this is all just to get wood. Or no, it's not to get wood. But how did we get sidetracked onto that? We were all about making wood. And then suddenly I was thinking about blue fiber. Is there a connection between blue fiber and wood? Blue fiber makes naphtha. Right. And we're not going to waste naphtha on wood. That wasn't the point of all this. The point of this was to get naphtha because we're going to need it for blue science. And this is the easiest way to get it, it seems. Yeah, you need the crude oil. You need crude oil to get to naphtha. Or synthesis gas, which we don't have the technology for. But every other path needs crude oil. That didn't used to be. I could have sworn there was a way to get to naphtha without needing crude oil. Like one of these, like coal cracking gave you naphtha. But I guess there's no coal anymore. It's not even a clean recipe. We're gonna have all these extra things, no matter what we do. Well, give us more fuel oil at least. Alien flame fluid. What? Is it like a higher tier version of flame bolt projectiles? Interesting. I wonder if this is a better ratio of a better way to get steam than the burners. Wait a minute, let's look at that. Sorry, I'm getting diverted again, but I'm just curious about this. So 4 fuel oil becomes 60 steam. I don't even know how to draw the comparison right. So alternatively, we could turn the fuel oil into solid fuel, like I have been doing. Oh, this would be a way I could get synthesis gas early, but we can't do anything with synthesis gas at the moment. No. The solid fuel, so 50 fuel oil is solid fuel, so this is 4 divided by 50 times 2. It's 0.16 solid fuel. And a solid fuel has 25 megajoules of energy in it. So it's 1 megajoule per fuel oil. Going through the solid fuel route. I don't know how to get that to steam. Wait a minute. Did I do that right? It was, yeah, it's 50 fuel oil. Okay. That's right, that's right. Okay. So, wait a minute. So it'd be less than a fifth. That's right. I'm just confusing myself. So, which is better, 1 megajoule or 60 steam? That's really hard for me to know. I don't know how to compare that. Like, this doesn't say what it does. It makes steam, but I don't know at the rate. Well, we can figure it out pretty easily. Do I have one of those? I'll need a thingy. Go ahead and burn yourself clean. There. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the small inline tank, which was right here. Right there. Okay, so when we insert a single 5 megajoules, that's going to create 68. That creates 60. Wait a minute. That seems really weird. That creates 68.1 steam, 5 megajoules. So 5 mg is 68 steam. So this seems like ridiculously more efficient. Is that right? Can that be right? I'm not sure I believe it. 1 mega. Okay, so 4 fuel oil could turn into 60 steam, or 4 fuel oil could turn into 0.16 solid fuel, which will give me 4 mega. No, I'm doing it backwards. Okay, so stop trying to help me. So 4 megajoules. So I need 4/5 this number, which is 54. So it's a bit of a gain. It's not a huge gain. Well, actually, no. It's a significant gain because we're not inserting the charcoal anymore. I think we should switch over to burning the fuel oil directly. Interesting. What, can we get that tech? Oil burning? Yeah. So just burn light oil in the steam, and that will give us 60 per fuel oil, per 4 fuel oil, as opposed to this, which would give us only 54 per 4 fuel oil. And without the charcoal. That seems so good. What, are these expensive? They need concrete, so we'll have to make them. But that's gonna simplify things so much. We won't need to worry about, like, we have this whole line going over that we don't need anymore. Okay, I apologize. This episode has been so heavy on just like pondering what to do. But what can I say? These are my thought processes. So thank you everyone for watching and bearing with me through them. My name is Michael Young. This is Factorio.